Hey there, my darlings! How are you? I hope that you are doing amazing! It's Darling Day Tarot bringing you another pick a card reading. So for today, we are going to be getting right into this and asking the question, who is your secret admirer? Woohoo! So I don't know if you guys have already looked at my previous letter video, but I had so much fun doing that I thought, hey, why not do another one, but with secret admirers this time, and what they would say to you if they had the nerve to be able to do it, or if they got the confidence, right? So these are all channeled messages. What I love to do is I love to sit in a quiet space and I will automatically write or channel whatever spirit says to me from this person. So we have 4 beautiful stacks in front of us and 4 beautiful letters as well. Now you can choose just one, you can choose 2 of them as well, however many you feel drawn to, right? Whatever you resonate with. Of course, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I am so excited though because I had so much fun channeling these messages. We have very, very long letters, both front and back. So yeah, let's get right into this. So going forward for stack 1, we have this beautiful Smoky Quartz crystal. For stack 2, we have the Carnelian. For stack 3, we have clear quartz. And for stack 4, we have another clear quartz, but it's a little milkier, right? So going forward, I will give you a few seconds to choose, but first, let's take a deep breath in. Let's hold it. And with that, I will give you a few seconds to choose. Sorry for my stuffy sounding nose, but now I will give you a few seconds to choose your picks. Hello to everyone who chose stack 1. Let's get right into your reading and see who is your secret admirer, what do they think about you, and what would they say if they could write you a love letter. So right off the bat, those of you that chose this stack not only chose the My Crush letter, but also chose the Smoky Quartz. Woohoo! So right off the bat, I'm definitely getting this protective sort of a vibe with this person. I feel like they're a little bit of a homebody. This is someone who might even come off a little bit as an introvert as well, but they're definitely in this sort of paternal vibe. Again, regardless of gender, male or female, I definitely feel like this is someone who is a provider, someone who wants to protect, someone who is very, very good at shielding other people away from the horrors of the rest of the world as well. It's almost as if you could see this person as a papa or mama bear in a way. This is someone who wants to protect everyone. I feel like they're really good with animals and with children as well. So going forward onto your first card, this is your Animal Druid Oracle card, and this is talking about if we could sum up your secret admirer into one card, who would they be? So we have Swan. Beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, Swan is definitely this ride or die type of an energy. This is someone who is incredibly loyal. This is someone who, once they fall in love, that's it. There is no one else for them. I feel like this is also someone who has been through their own trials and transformations. This is someone who has been through their own catalyst moment or metamorphosis in their life. Maybe this is also someone who growing up maybe felt a little bit like an ugly duckling, felt a little bit misunderstood, felt a little bit shy away from the crowd as well. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe growing up this person was a little bit of a wallflower. It could even be that the two of you are friends or you were friends at some point, but this person is incredibly loyal to you. Again, they want to protect you, they want to care for you, they want to make you feel loved and appreciated as well. I feel like this is someone who is a completely incredible captive audience, right? This is someone who can be a shoulder to cry on. This is someone who their friends rely on as well because they're so dependable. This is someone that you can call up at 5, 6, 7 in the morning and they're always going to answer. It doesn't matter. You could even call them drunk in another city and they would drive to get you, right? Because it's the fact that they're so loyal. You know, I feel like once this person has eyes for someone too, it's almost like they can't get over it very easily, right? So even if someone has maybe backstabbed this person, or if this person has been taken advantage of, it's very hard for this person to kind of break away from that. And maybe that's something that they really admire about you, is that you're able to break away from any harsh situations that you find yourself in, because you have this sort of tough energy, right? It's not necessarily saying that you're tough, but I feel like it's almost like Queen of Swords energy, where you know what it is that you want and you're not going to settle for less, right? And they really admire that about you. I feel like you know how to put your foot down and say no. And maybe this person struggles with that a little bit. I feel like also family is incredibly important to your secret admirer. So this could be someone that is, maybe in your friend group, but this is someone that you know spends a lot of time with their family, or someone who provides for their family as well. Maybe this is someone who had to grow up pretty quickly and had to maybe even get a job just as soon as they came of age to have one, right? To be able to provide for their family. But this is definitely someone who can take care of business. So, maybe you already know who this person is, but going forward onto your next card, this is going to be their energy card, and we have number 9, togetherness. Beautiful. So yes, exactly what I was talking about earlier. A little bit of an introvert with the number 9, someone who enjoys their solitude, someone who is very intuitively aware as well. This is someone who spirit connects with often. I feel like this person receives a lot of signs and synchronicities. I wouldn't be surprised if this person, maybe even looks at tarot readings online. I don't think that they talk to their friends about it or their family members, but I feel like it's something that they do in their free time. It's something that they kind of dabble in, right? But with togetherness, family is definitely important. Community is important to this person as well. I wouldn't be surprised if your secret admirer is someone who is a humanitarian, an environmentalist. This is someone who maybe on their days off likes to go out by themselves, take a hike, and just pick up trash, right? I definitely feel like this is someone who is very thoughtful, though. I feel like they're very selfless, and maybe that's also something that they really enjoy about you, is that you're always open to helping another person. You're always very generous as well. But going forward, I love that we have loyalty coming up as the first keyword on this card as well, because I was literally just reflecting on that with Swan, that this is someone who is incredibly loyal, right? But they want to have a fellowship with you. They want to be your best friend. They want to be everything for you, right? And I feel like this person really loves having one-on-one time as well, with the keyword bonding here. I feel like maybe this person loves to kind of get you alone, and not in a scary way, but I feel like this person just really loves to have that sort of one-on-one time where there's not the rest of the hubbub in the world going on, right? Now, going forward onto these next 2 cards, these are going to be your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking about more overall energies of who your secret admirer is, if we could sum them up into 2 cards. So we have the Fool card, which is Grasshopper energy, and the 2 of Cups, which is Hermit Crab energy. Beautiful. Okay, so I love this energy, because not only is it talking about someone who can go the distance, someone who can take that leap of faith, who is very excitable, who is very fun-loving, and very much loves to kind of go wherever the wind takes them, but it's also, again, touching on that loyal vibe with the 2 of Chalices, someone who wants to have a very committed relationship, someone who maybe takes commitment incredibly seriously and takes partnership seriously as well. So this isn't someone who's just going to get into a relationship because they're bored. This is someone who gets into a relationship because they know, without a doubt, this is the person that I want to be with, right? I feel like this is someone who doesn't necessarily open themselves up right away to people, but I definitely feel like they have a sentimental and very loving vibe. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Cancerian energy somewhere in their chart as well. Maybe Cancer, maybe Pisces as well. This person is definitely a daydreamer. I also feel like this person can be a little bit cautious, again, when opening up, especially since we have that Hermit Crab energy, but I feel like this person does want to open up with you. They want to take that leap of faith. They want to get to know you a little bit better as well. But I feel like maybe there's still something that's kind of holding them back, like what you would think about them if they did come forward. But this person is very genuine, very authentic, and very understanding as well. I feel like this is the type of person who would put themselves in another person's shoes, walk a mile in another person's shoes, very non-judgmental as well, which is something really sweet. Now, also with Grasshopper energy, this is definitely someone who functions very, very well in chaos, right? Because when I think of grasshoppers, I think of someone who is very adaptable, and someone who can kind of jump out of one situation or one sort of scary scenario into a higher ground or into something better. And I definitely feel like this is the same energy as your secret admirer, right? Now, also with the 2 of Chalices, notice how we have 2 cups that are on its side. It could be that this person kind of close themselves up to love, and they're just like, I do not want to do that. But then they met you and they got to know you, and they're like, oh, wait, never mind, maybe I will want to partake in that, right? But I just thought that that was really sweet. This person is also incredibly patient as well. I feel like this is someone who would wait for you regardless of what happens. I feel like even if the two of you had a falling out, I feel like this person would always kind of stick around in the outskirts, if you will, just kind of keeping an eye on you and making sure that you're happy and taken care of. So going on to your next 4 cards, these are your Yuval Moore Tarot cards, and these are talking about how this person views you. So going on to your next 4 cards, these are your Yuval Moore Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person thinks of you. So starting us off, we have the High Priestess. They definitely see you as someone who is incredibly spiritual, someone who receives a lot of intuitive messages. They might also see you as someone who kind of utilizes divinatory tools as well, such as tarot cards, oracle cards, tea leaves, pendulums. We also have the Two of Swords. Okay, so it's almost as if whenever you're facing a difficulty as well, you allow the universe to dictate where you're going next, and they really like that. They really find that admirable. We also have the Six of Chalices and the Wheel of Fortune card. Yes, I almost said Carl. So maybe this person's name is Carl. I don't know. Maybe that's a sign for someone. The Carl Weezer. But going forward with the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, I definitely feel like whenever you're at a standstill, you really love to meditate on solutions or meditate on how you can fix a problem, right? And that's something they really appreciate about you. They really do see how spiritually aware you are. They see how gifted you are as well. Also, with the High Priestess card, they see you as someone who is a little bit secretive, a little bit aloof at times, or maybe even a little bit reserved. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have maybe Capricorn in your chart, Gemini, maybe even Virgo or Taurus as well. Just this very grounded vibe is what I get from you guys, but it does not have to be. It's just that this person sees you as someone who is incredibly humble and down to earth. I also feel like they see you as someone who is very friendly. With the Six of Chalices, they might even be your best friend. This might be your literal best friend that is crushing on you, right? This person really sees you as kind of the thing that puts a smile on their face every day, to be completely honest. They also see you as home. You know, you have a very home-like feeling, not only just to them, but to everyone you meet. I feel like you extend this courtesy and you extend this kindness and this compassion to others that is just incomparable to anyone else, right? Now, also with the Wheel of Fortune, again, I love this vibe because with you being so spiritual, I feel like you understand that not everyone was meant to be in your life forever. Some people were meant to be in your life just as a lesson, and that's also something that they find very awesome, right? And very attractive is the fact that you're so gracious in regards to change, in regards to new opportunities or new cycles coming your way as well, right? Now, going forward, I also want to say too, maybe some of you guys are really into your birth charts and you've talked to this person about it. Maybe you've even helped this person do their birth chart. Like maybe you've done like an Astro Cafe, like free a birth chart thing for them, like a review, and you're just sort of like, bam, this is what you are, this is what that means, right? Maybe you really broke it down for this person. But going forward onto your next 4 cards, these are your Crow Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person's intentions are towards you. So your secret admirer, wow, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, yes. Okay, just double checking. I was gonna say the Nine of Pentacles, but then I was like, I have to count this. So with the Nine of Pentacles, right off the bat, they see you as someone who is already very successful. You already have all of your wish fulfillment, you know, but I feel like they're kind of debating on what they're going to come to you with. Yes, look, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Wow, the Queen of Swords. Yes, and I was talking about that earlier. It could even be that some of you watching this maybe have some Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini in your chart as well. It does not have to be, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But they see you as someone who has it all. She's so lucky. She's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart, thinking if there's nothing missing in my life. So I definitely feel like there's this energy of this person thinking that you have it all, that what could you possibly need? And maybe they're just trying to figure out how to take you on a date, how to ask you out, how to make that leap of faith towards you in your direction. But I feel like, again, they're also a little bit nervous because you know how to say no, you know how to put your foot down, and you know how to say no to offers that just don't intrigue you or don't inspire you, right? But with the Two of Pentacles here after the Queen of Swords, I definitely feel like there's this energy of them coming to you and saying, like, I put some time aside from my work. I would really love to take you away for the weekend. I would really love to do this or that. I definitely feel like there's this energy of organizing and planning, though, and kind of debating with themselves about what it is that they're going to give you. Maybe there's even a present involved. Since we're kind of approaching the holidays, it could be that they're wanting to give you a present. It doesn't have to be this. It is also a timeless reading. So it could be that maybe this person wants to give you something for your birthday. Maybe this person just kind of wants to gift you something in general, you know, something that you can't say no to, almost like that, how can I refuse sort of an energy, right? But also they see you as someone who, again, you have it all. So what could this person offer into your life? But their intention is to offer something. You know, this person does want to maybe take you out. This person wants to admire you. They want to appreciate you, and they want to give you recognition as well. So going on to your last few cards, these are your Enchanted Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person's next moves towards you are going to be. So we have the Queen of Hearts, beautiful, the Two of Swords. This person's definitely on the fence about kind of offering their hand, not necessarily in marriage, but even in dating, right? Maybe this person has a little bit of commitment issues. We have the Queen of Hearts, the Two of Swords, the Five of Hearts, the Emperor card, the Hanged Man, and the Judgment card. Okay, so right off the bat, for some of you, this might literally be an ex-friend or just an ex, an ex-ex. But I definitely feel like this person wants to come into your life pretty quick. But again, they're still debating. This person has more a fear of being rejected than anything else, and I feel like they know deep down that you wouldn't reject them, but there's also this energy of, what if this person has someone else? Like, this person could do a lot better. This person is maturing. They're leveling up, though, with the Emperor card here, which is very, very awesome. You know, I feel like this person is going through a period of growth, of transformation, where they are bettering themselves. They're maturing more as well to be able to approach you, to be able to be something that you can't refuse. But for now, I feel like they're just going to watch you from afar. I feel like this person is really planning something, but again, they're on the fence. I feel like this person is at a little bit of a standstill because they see you as someone so perfect, so compassionate, so vivacious, so wonderful, right? And I feel like it's a lot of stress on them, and I don't want to say like a lot of burden, but I feel like this person makes it a little bit more serious than it has to be, right? Maybe this person, you know, almost treats it like they're gonna come to you with a love offer and you're going to like beat them up or something, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously you guys aren't, but I just feel like that's the energy of this person. Maybe they're also worried that they're going to offer you their heart and you're gonna be like, sorry, I have some other Joe Schmo in my life and I'm not interested, right? So I feel like there's a lot of debate on the table, but this person also recognizes the fact that you guys came into each other's lives for a reason, for a divine purpose, and the angels and the spirit guides and the ancestors don't just pair people up for no reason, right? So I definitely feel like this person understands that it's a spiritually based connection, but at the same time, they're a little bit scared on how to proceed. So you guys chose the My Crush letter. Woohoo! So it says, I am so proud of you and all that you have accomplished. You might not suspect that I have a crush on you, but I do. I know we have been friends for a long time, but I think it's time that we take this to the next level. If you're interested, of course. I know you're someone who doesn't just get into relationships to get into them, which is something that I love about you. I held myself back for so long because I wasn't sure how you would react to me holding a big crush on you from afar. Would you think I was weird? Would you laugh at me? The idea of you finding my advances awkward is heartbreaking, but I know the reward outweighs the risk. You are so spectacular, which is why I can't help but to fall in love with you. You are responsible and balanced, something that I also long to be. In a way, you make me feel as though I've gained back my equilibrium in every sense. You calm my mind in ways that no one ever has before, and I'm honored that you're in my life. I feel like I could ask you any question as well, and you would always know the answer. You even have the neatest trivia facts to tell me, which I admire a lot. How do you always do it? How do you always know how everyone is doing, too? The fact that you check in on others inspires me to reach out more as well. You are truly an angel to everyone that you meet. I also admire your passion and hunger for knowledge. You're the first person to get all of my references or just be goofy with me. I value that we can have intellectual conversations, and even in our silence, it's comfortable. Please continue to ramble to me about the things you're driven about. The excitement in your eyes and voice are so infectious. I honestly can't help but smile. I feel so beguiled by you, sometimes wondering what spell you might have me under. I truly do see you as someone so enchanting and ethereal, like an otherworldly being that the earth was blessed with. The world is a lot more beautiful since the day you were born. Your beauty is boundless and radiates in your aura. I hope you know how valuable you are. Even on days that you feel you aren't, I'll always be here to remind you of just how much of a treasure you are in my eyes, and for those that are blessed to come into contact with you. Keep shining and expressing yourself to the fullest extent, my dear. Sincerely yours, your secret admirer, XOXOXO. How beautiful! So definitely this could be someone who has been in your life for a long time, a friend, has been your secret admirer. How beautiful! So definitely let me know in the comments down below if you guys enjoyed this, if you know who this person is as well, if this resonates. Definitely make sure to leave a like as well if you enjoyed this. Also make sure to hit subscribe if you have not already, and also hit that little bell icon to be notified every time that I upload a brand new reading. I have been seeing that people have been getting unsubscribed from me as well. It's just something that's been going on with YouTube and with some content creators, so make sure to hit subscribe. I will also have all of the links in my description box down below for my Etsy. I have brand new pricing on my shop, all the way from $15 for 10 minutes, going up all the way to 3 hours. So for however long you would like me to ramble for you, I will leave all of the links down below for that. I will also leave a link down below to a charity that I really love that you guys can give to as well. And we'll also be leaving my wish list down below in case you guys wanted to get me a new tarot deck for me to review and use on my channel. Anyone that gets me a tarot deck will get a free reading. But yeah, I hope that you're doing amazing. I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves, staying in good health, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Stack One! Hello to everyone who chose Stack 2. Let's get right into your reading and see who is your secret admirer, what do they think about you, and what would they say if they could write you a love letter. So you guys are the ones that chose my sweetheart for your letter, and also the Carnelian crystal. Now I love the Carnelian because it's definitely talking about someone who has been working on their self-confidence, someone who has been working on their self-worth as well. I feel like maybe in the past this is someone who felt like they weren't worthy of having really wonderful things. This is someone who maybe even had a lot of self-deprecating thoughts, but they're growing from that. I feel like this person is learning how to not put so many expectations on themselves as well, but maybe that's something that they also kind of mirror with you too, is that they really relate with the fact that you're also a hard worker. I feel like this person in particular really loves their freedom. I feel like this person really loves being by themselves. They love solitude. They love alone time. I wouldn't be surprised if they have Sagittarius somewhere in their chart, although they don't have to, but I definitely feel like there is this vibe of doing things their own way, doing things kind of against the grain, you know, and stepping into that divine masculine energy regardless of gender. I feel like this is someone who is learning how to be a little bit more headstrong, maybe even can be a little bit stubborn from time to time as well, but there's definitely this kind of fast forward like movement. I wouldn't even be surprised if this person maybe has horses as their spirit animal as well, which means that this person really loves going on new adventures. They love experiencing brand new things as well. This person might even be a really fast communicator too, but not in regards to love. I feel like maybe this person is still learning that they deserve a really wonderful relationship, that they are worthy of having a really wonderful relationship with a really wonderful person, you know, and maybe that's something that in the past they were like, yeah, I don't deserve that, or yeah, I don't think I'll ever have that, right? So going on to your first card, this is your Animal Druid Oracle card, and this is talking about if we could sum up your secret admirer into one card, who would they be? So we have the Bee card. Woohoo! So right off the bat, this is definitely someone who is incredibly forgiving. You know, I feel like forgiveness is very big to this person. They're also very compassionate, very caring, very cooperative. This is someone who is incredibly hardworking. Again, a very busy bee, if you will. Maybe this is someone who is always traveling. They're always on the go. Again, kind of with that horse energy as well of always wanting to do something, always wanting to just go out and achieve your goals, your ambitions as well. This is definitely someone who is incredibly passionate, very driven as well, very ambitious, someone who has a lot of goals that they want to accomplish within their lifetime. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is someone who has a little bucket list that they've made themselves. They could even be like in their early 20s and they're like, yeah, I have to make my bucket list, right? But I feel like they're just a really old soul. I feel like this is someone who's incredibly mature, and this is also someone who knows the importance of community, right? Now with B, this is someone who uplifts others. This is someone who encourages others as well. When we think about bees, we think about how when a brand new baby bee is going out for the first time to collect pollen, obviously it won't collect as much as the senior bees or the older bees, right? But it still will collect a good decent amount. And when it comes back to the hive, all of the bees will surround this baby bee and cheer and buzz and get excited for the fact that this bee was able to collect as much as it did. And this in turn, this positive reinforcement is what brings on this bee to try a little bit harder the next day, right? What brings on this bee wanting to work a little bit harder, to collect a little bit more pollen. And how beautiful is that? So I definitely feel like your secret admirer is someone who uplifts a lot of other people. I feel like your secret admirer is someone who knows the importance of positivity as well, and seeing the silver linings, seeing the bright side of things. And I feel like that's also something that you're really going to appreciate about them. This is also someone who is very thoughtful, very giving, very generous. And I feel like this is someone who wants to provide for you as well. This is someone who wants to take care of you. This is someone who is incredibly happy all the time too. Notice the sun in the background? This is someone who might even be the embodiment of joy, very giddy, very much in tune with their inner child as well. I feel like when they see something that looks exciting or looks like a lot of fun, they just do it, right? There's not this hesitation or this expectation of, well, I should be doing this, or I should be going over here, I should be doing that. Like, this person just goes. I wouldn't even be surprised if this person is very cultured, if this person has experienced a lot of cultures, has traveled a lot as well. This might even be an international traveler. Maybe this is someone who travels for work. Maybe this is someone who is a blogger, but there's definitely this energy of this person getting around, right? Now, also going forward, I want to talk about kind of duality with the bumblebee. We have these yellow and black stripes, right? So it's definitely talking about how this person is in their yin and yang as well. Even though this person loves to operate in their divine masculine, I feel like they're very centered and very much in their equilibrium. So this person can be in their divine masculine, but they can also be in their divine feminine. They can be nurturing, compassionate, caring, understanding, and generous, maybe even spiritual or intuitive. But at the same time, they can be very protective and headstrong and a force to be reckoned with, right? So I feel like that's something you're really going to admire about this person, maybe even something that you already have noticed about this person as well, but they're incredibly well balanced. I feel like this is someone who is also very, very patient, not gonna lie, and that's also something that is really sweet. Now, going forward onto your next card, this is your Secrets of the Mystic Grove card, and this is talking about more energies of this person. So we have number 38, distance. Now, the number 38 would be the number 11, which is a master number, and it's also talking about the number 2, again talking about loyalty, talking about union, and talking about equilibrium, talking about balance, talking about yin and yang and divine masculine and divine feminine coming together to make really wonderful decisions, right? I feel like this person also has a very stable life. I feel like this person loves predictability in their day-to-day life, but also really loves to be very spontaneous when it comes to traveling or when it comes to just experiencing new things, right? But I feel like this person is very responsible with bills. I feel like maybe this person has their own apartment. But going forward with distance, it could even be that the two of you live from a distance from each other. It could be that this person lives in another state, another country. But I definitely feel like there's this divide between the two of you. Maybe there was even a separation, since it says divide, separation, and discord between the two of you that caused the two of you to have sort of a drift away from each other, or have a little bit of a rift in between, right? It's almost like there's a little bit of water underneath the bridge, or like this person wants to bury the hatchet. They want to leave the past behind, but it's almost like they're worried about what you would say, right? I feel like this person is a little bit worried about coming back into your life as well. Again, this is a very forgiving person, but at the same time, I think that they're a little bit worried because maybe this person wronged you in the past. Maybe this person wasn't always the most forthcoming with their emotions, but I feel like it's because you genuinely were the catalyst that made them understand that they have to be more forthcoming with how they feel. They have to be more forthcoming about their emotions, and they have to be more understanding with other people's emotions as well. So maybe there was a little bit of discord, just so then that way there can be a common ground found between the two of you. So going forward onto your next 3 cards, these are your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking about overall energies. If we could sum up your secret admirer into 3 cards, what would they be? So we have the Temperance card, beautiful flamingo energy. We have the Lovers card, which is swan energy, and we have the Knight of Wands. For some of you, you might have felt drawn to stack 1 as well. You can definitely watch that. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is kind of connected to that energy as well. But going forward with Temperance, this is definitely someone who's incredibly patient. This is someone who's very responsible, very respectful at the same time. Again, Sagittarius energy. We also have Gemini energy as well. And we also have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries energy as well. I almost said Pisces, so maybe for some of you this person is a Pisces, but I definitely feel like they have this very freedom-loving energy. But also with Temperance, I feel like this is someone who works very closely with their angels. They work very closely with the universe as well. And that's what kind of puts this person on the right course, or on the right life path. This is definitely someone, again, who is kind of mixed between their divine masculine and their divine feminine energies. This is someone who knows what it's like to feel a little bit like an outcast. This is someone who knows what it's like to be the ugly duckling, so to speak, before you have that transformation. And I feel like that's something you're also going to appreciate about this person. But notice how we have all 3 birds here. All of them, bird energy. Look, birds, 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 birds. Everything is birds. Even the bumblebee has wings. I mean, I definitely feel like this is a testimony to your person's resilience and their persistence as well. I definitely feel like your secret admirer is someone who has persisted for a long time. It could even be that you know this person has a crush on you and you've just kind of like brushed them aside, right? Maybe you flirt with them actively, but they don't know how to flirt back with you. So maybe it's just kind of this standstill or this stalemate even when you guys were talking before the separation. Again, maybe this is just kind of a long distance relationship and someone is admiring you from afar. Someone wants to smooch you. Someone wants to hold your hand. But with the Knight of Wands, this is definitely someone who gets in there. They get what they need to get done and then they go home for the day. Very passionate, very dedicated, very determined, very fun-loving as well. The Knight of Wands can also be talking about an F-boy, right? If we could be completely honest here. Or F-girl. We don't discriminate here. But I definitely feel like this is talking about someone who is very affectionate, you know, someone who likes to be very hands-on, someone who likes to, you know, maybe even have something a little less serious. Maybe this isn't someone who is just immediately like, okay, we're dating now and we're gonna get married and we're committed. Like maybe this is someone who in the past, they just like to play around. They just like to have sort of less serious commitments, such as booty calls. I don't want to say it in like a non-eloquent way, but I definitely feel like this is someone who it was easier for them to have less serious commitments than having to completely dive into the water. See how the flamingo is just kind of dipping their feet in? You know, all of these animals are just kind of barely touching the water. So it's like they don't want to fully submerge themselves into the waters of love because I feel like they're a little bit nervous. It could even be for some of you that this is an LGBTQ plus relationship. It could even be that this is a friend of the same gender that is really, really liking you, really vibing with you, right? But I definitely feel like they kind of see a duality with you. It's almost like the two of you mirror each other. And it's something that they were never able to find with anyone else since the two of you have separated or since the two of you maybe haven't been talking as much. But I definitely feel like there's this energy of this person taking their time, being very slow, steady, and meticulous, right? Now, going forward onto your next 4 cards, these are your Yuval Moore Tarot cards, and these are talking about how this person views you. So we have the 4 of Wands. Yes, so they definitely see you as someone they could have that commitment with, which is really funny because I don't think that they saw themselves as a committed type of person before you came into their life. But we also have the 9 of Swords, so they definitely see you as someone who is maybe a little bit of a worrywart. Maybe you're someone who is over analytical. You overanalyze things. Again, it's not a bad thing. I can definitely say that I am over analytical. I'm an overthinker. And it's definitely easier said than done to just not worry about things, right? So I definitely can get that. But with the 9 of Swords, you know, maybe this is someone who also understands that maybe you have a little bit of insomnia. Maybe you have a hard time sleeping from time to time. Maybe even nightmares or night terrors. Maybe even sleep paralysis as well for some of you. But this person definitely wants wants to take care of you, you know? But again, look at that. We have the Four of Chalices here. They want to approach you, but they're scared that you're going to reject them. They're scared that you're going to say, no, sorry, there's too much water underneath the bridge. It could even be that they're worried about you, to be honest, because look, we have all of these beautiful cards, the Four of Wands and the Sun card. They see you as the ultimate happiness. They see you as someone who is very vivacious, someone who is very bright, very giddy, very fun-loving, who has a good sense of humor, who has a good head on their shoulders as well, someone who is amazing at making decisions, very nurturing too. You know, I think that they see you as the perfect potential partner. They see you as the perfect potential parent as well, to be completely honest. Maybe this is someone who wants to have children with you in the future. It doesn't even have to be traditional children. It could be like lizards, or maybe they want to have a bunch of fish babies with you. But I definitely feel like there's this energy of them wanting to start up something. It could even be for some of you, maybe this person really loves to garden, because we do have a lot of sunflowers and flower imagery in general. So it could be that the two of you garden together. Maybe that's one of your hobbies, is that the two of you maybe grow plants, maybe you grow apple trees. But regardless of whatever this is, I definitely feel like this person sees you as their wish fulfillment. They see you as someone who is just so sweet, you know, so generous and so forthcoming with their emotions too. And I feel like you've really inspired this person to become a better person, to become a calmer individual as well, to be completely honest. Like almost like you've reined them in, and it was almost like they were a wild horse and you came, you caught them, and then you domesticated them, if that makes sense, right? But oh yeah, and look at that, we have the horse here that's being ridden by the baby. So it's almost like, you know, you're so fun-loving, you're in your inner childlike energies, and you literally tamed this person. You tamed the beast. And I feel like it's something that they didn't necessarily expect going forward. Now, also with the rabbit, again, it's talking about fertility, talking about having family, but it's also talking about good luck and good fortune. This person sees you as someone who is incredibly abundant, someone who is incredibly successful, and someone who is achieving their goals very beautifully, right? This person is just incredibly inspired by you. You might even be their muse, right? This person might even really love to craft. They might be very talented, very artistic as well. Maybe this is someone who loves to paint, they love to draw, they love to use oil pastels. But going forward onto your next four cards, these are your Crow Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person's intentions towards you are. Oh, the lovers, how sweet. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person is definitely going to make the effort. Yeah, the Star card and the Hermit. Okay, you know, so I feel like this person is kind of saying, date me or bust, right? Like the Hermit is kind of talking about like, if you're not going to be with me, then I'm just going to be with myself. Like, I'm not even going to bother with a connection, right? I feel like this person is kind of saying that you're the only person for them. You're the only person that matches their mind. You're the only person that's on their wavelength, that has met them at their level, right? Maybe the two of you can have really deep intellectual conversations too, and that's something that they really love. Maybe they didn't ever meet anyone in the past before that was so resilient, that has also experienced their own trials and tribulations, and that they have grown from, right? I see you as someone who rejuvenates yourself and you heal, and I feel like that's something that inspires them as well. But they definitely want to come towards you. What are their intentions? They want to ask you out on a date. They want to take you out. They want to come forward with a declaration of love, right? They want to literally tell you, like, I see myself in you. I see myself maybe even going long term with you. This person just really wants to take you out on a date. Now, we also have the Star. They feel very hopeful about this connection, and they feel hopeful that you aren't going to tell them no, to be completely honest. But we do have the Hermit, so they know it's a possibility, and I feel like it's more a possibility that you would just want to be able to achieve your goals by yourself. Maybe they see you as someone who's incredibly independent and someone who can achieve their own bag, so why would you need them, right? Also kind of talking about that Virgo energy as well. Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini. But going forward, you know, I definitely feel like this person understands that you're a very independent person and that you don't just get into relationships to get into relationships. And maybe that intimidates this person a little bit. You know, maybe this person is like, I know this person isn't going to reject me, but I also don't know that they're going to say yes, right? And I feel like this person, obviously, it would be kind of a blow to their ego. I don't think they'd be like devastated about it. I feel like they'd still watch you from afar. I feel like this person would still continue to be your secret admirer. I feel like it might even be years later when you're like married or something, this person is still hanging around like, Margaret, oh Margaret, I'm still watching your social social media, your Facebook, right? But I definitely feel like there's this energy of once this person loves someone, they love them for their whole life. And I feel like you take up a big part of their heart. Like throughout this reading, I just keep grabbing like my hand and just like rubbing my chest, which is so funny. Like I just feel like this person wants to tell you that you hold such a big part of their heart, right? And a big part of their soul as well. What did you do to them? So going forward onto your last few cards, these are your Enchanted Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person's next move towards you are. So starting us off, we have the Four of Wands again. Wow. Okay, so this person definitely wants to have a deeper level of commitment. You know, this person wants to take you on a date. They want to go out with you, the High Priestess. So it could be that Spirit is even saying, you know, use your intuition because this person is coming your way. You might even start to get this nagging feeling of something's right around the corner. Something's going to happen when this person is about to approach you. That's this person. You know, it could even be that you have this random energy of, oh my gosh, someone's thinking about me. And that's this person, right? I feel like this person sends you their energy a lot. I feel like they work with energy a lot more than they even realize, right? Maybe this is something that they do unknowingly. But going forward, the High Priestess is also talking about how the universe is keeping some things a secret, so then that way it's a little bit of a surprise, right? How this person gets to you. Prince of Wands, this person might even try to, you know, maybe get a little bit sensual with you. You know, maybe this person, you know, wants to ask you out on a date, but that is also kind of implied that you guys can go back to their house for some Netflix and chill. Of course, if you're not up for that, you know, tell this person no. Tell them kick rocks, Daniel. But we also have the Ten of Wands with the Ace of Swords, the Fool card, and the Six of Swords. Beautiful. Okay, so what is this person's next move towards you? They're definitely going to be moving towards you, that's for sure, especially with the Six of Swords. But it's going to be very slow and hesitant moving. I feel like this person is going to test the waters, you know, again, kind of dip their toes in and see what they can get away with, right? And it's not a bad energy. Like, I don't feel like this person is devious. I don't feel like this person is just sleeping with you to sleep with you. I feel like there's genuine emotions here, but I feel like this person has to open up with the Ace of Swords. This person has to drop all the baggage. They have to drop all the worries, all the fears, and they have to let their guard down. They have to be a little bit more vulnerable with you. They have to take that leap of faith to be able to make it to you, right? But I definitely feel like they are. I feel like it might even be through a text message or through a DM. For some of you, this person is going to slide into your Instagram direct messages, to be completely honest. And it might even be that this person never had an Instagram in the past or had a Facebook, but they made one just to contact you, right? And I feel like it was something that they couldn't put off any longer. It was just something that was really eating them up. So I definitely feel like a lot of you are going to be getting contact. For some of you, it's going to be within the next 42 hours. For some of you, it's going to be within the next 4 weeks. But take it as it resonates. I definitely feel like this person is going to be reaching out to have a deeper level of commitment. But again, I feel like maybe they're going to try to come in and just kind of try to play it cool and play it kind of aloof, right? Like, oh yeah, I guess we can go out on a date. But that's what this person wants, right? So it's almost like, why are you playing hard to get? Like, you're the person who wants to take me out on a date is kind of how I feel about this person. But going forward, look at all the bird energy too. I'm living for it. You might even see a lot of birds around the time that this person is coming into your life and is wanting to ask you out. Maybe it's even going to be summertime for some of you with the sun imagery. Going on to your letter, you guys had my sweetheart. Woohoo! So it says, is it strange to say that you have made me want to level up and mature more, love? Because you have. I want to be the person that can provide for you even in the hardest of times. To be able to pay for all of our special events, celebrate milestones, or just get you nice things without worrying about if I will have the funds to do so. You have me looking forward to the future for the first time in a very long time. I know it's just a crush, but I can't get you out of my thoughts no matter what I do. When I see happy couples out and about together, I think about how it might be if it were you and I out instead. How we would hold hands while window shopping, maybe stopping to eat somewhere that you could get your favorite meal. I would pay after dessert, us sharing laughs and inside jokes. I would caress your hand, tracing shapes on it as I stare into your eyes, wondering just how I got so lucky to stare into those beautiful eyes, which are the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen, might I add. Needless to say, I have been doing a lot of thinking about asking you out. I want to be your partner, your best friend, and the person you talk to when life shows you its colder side. I want to pick you up when you feel low and care for you when you're sick, warm you when you're cold, and support you no matter what. You're so much more precious than you give yourself credit for, darling. You hold yourself to these such high expectations, and I wish you would pace yourself a bit more. I wish you could see yourself through my eyes just to see all the reasons I and others love you. You're always making thoughtful gestures and gifts for others, even on days when you're exhausted from your own responsibilities. You truly warm my heart with your constant selflessness and compassion, even to those you just met. It inspires me to be a kinder and more generous person to those I meet also. So many things about you are just brilliant though, my darling, and I will always be here to remind you of them. I'm slowly getting more comfortable with the idea of asking you out. Are you ready, my dear? I'm planning a date to invite you out on as we speak. Yes! Okay, so this person's definitely planning. It says, where I can give you all the recognition and support. I'm so excited I can barely speak. And appreciation that you deserve for all that you do, not just for me, but everyone. Please take care, sweetheart. Love, your secret admirer, XOXOXO. How beautiful! Yes, so I definitely feel like this is someone who has been watching you from afar. They've been really admiring everything that you bring to the surface for others as well, everything that you bring to the table, right? I definitely feel like you're a hard worker, and I feel like they really admire that about you. So how beautiful! Definitely let me know how you enjoyed this stack too. Let me know in the comments down below if you know who this person is, right? Do you know who your secret admirer is? Do you want to know who your secret admirer is? Definitely let me know down below. Also, make sure to hit like if you enjoyed this, and also make sure to hit subscribe if you have not already. Also, hit that little bell icon to be notified every time I upload a brand new reading. I will also be leaving all of my links in the description box down below for my Etsy. I have brand new pricing in my Etsy shop, all the way from $15 for 10 minutes all the way up until 3 hours. So it definitely depends on how long you want me rambling over you. But I hope that you guys are doing amazing. I hope that you're staying in good health and taking care of yourself. I'll also have all of my links in the description box down below for my wish list, and also for some charities that I really, really love that you guys can donate to if you feel inclined. But I hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves and you guys are staying in good health, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello to everyone who chose stack 3. Let's get right into your reading and see who is your secret admirer, what do they admire about you, and what would they say if they could write you a love letter. So right off the bat, I love that you chose the clear quartz. This is definitely the clearer of the two clear quartz. So I definitely feel like your secret admirer is someone who is very transparent, someone who is very truthful, very honest as well, very forthcoming. What you see is what you get. This is someone who isn't going to be manipulative. This isn't someone who is going to put on a big show or try to get the circumstance into their favor. This is someone who just goes with the flow. This is someone who just vibes, right? And I feel like that's something that you would notice right off the bat about this person. They also have a very managerial energy. I feel like they're very good with time. They're very good with money management as well. This person is just very well educated too. I feel like they're a little bit of a bookworm. I feel like they're very well educated. This is someone who has a lot of resources as well. It could be that they come from a very well-off family. Maybe this person has, never had to want, and it's not to say that, they haven't had their experiences or their trials and tribulations or their hardships, but I definitely feel like, this person in regards to, maybe even material needs or material wealth has never lacked in that regard or in that department. But going forward, I definitely feel like this person is a hard worker. I feel like this person uses all of the tools and all of the resources that are at their disposal. This is someone who is very, very loving, very sensitive and sentimental, but I feel like it takes a long time to be able to crack that outer shell, right? I feel like this is someone who maybe has been in one relationship prior to this, and I feel like it really cracked them. Do you see how this rose quartz, this clear quartz here has a crack in it? It very much makes me feel like maybe this person became shattered at some point in their life. They received some form of trauma as well. And that's something that is echoed throughout their life that they have been healing on very beautifully. But something else that I want to talk about too, since I did talk about rose quartz there really quick, I feel like this person is working on their self-love. I feel like they're healing themselves as well from those traumas or from those hardships. And maybe this person is getting into crystal work. Maybe this person is getting into metaphysical work as well. I definitely feel like this person is very spiritual. but they tend to be more on the logical side, right? I don't think that this person utilizes the law of attraction, or at least knowingly. I definitely feel like this person has the potential to be a really, really big time master manifester, but I feel like at the same time, this is someone who is just incredibly logical. This is someone who is more going to tell you that things happened as a coincidence as opposed to the way that things are supposed to be, right? So maybe you really turn this person onto the metaphysical realm and kind of push them through their awakening as well, which is really awesome. But going forward onto your first card, this is your Animal Druid Oracle card, and this is talking about if we could sum up your secret admirer, who would they be? So we have Cat. Yes, so this is definitely someone who is incredibly independent, someone who is self-reliant. At the same time, they can take care of themselves, they can stand on their own 2 feet, they don't have to worry about relying on another person or hoping that another person provides for them. They make everything that they have, you know, and maybe that's even why they aren't lacking anything, is because they have worked their butt off to make sure that they never have lack, or to make sure that they're never caught slipping as well. I keep hearing in my head, I cannot afford to be complacent, so I feel like maybe this person has always had really high expectations pushed upon them as well. If this person does come from a more well-to-do or well-off family, it could be that their own family members had a really high expectation of what they should be doing, of, you know, this person needs to be a doctor, or this person needs to be a lawyer or a judge, right? So I definitely feel like this person hasn't always had it easy, even though another person might look and say, oh wow, look at how nice their life is. It's not to say that they haven't had their hardships, right? Now going forward with Cat though, do you see how defensive the cat looks? Do you see how even kind of scared and shocked it looks? That's very much the energy of your secret admirer. This is someone who's very cautious with their heart, someone who's very defensive because of the trauma that they've experienced in their past. Very much reflective on that crack in that crystal as well. You know, someone who might even had been maybe a little bit codependent in the past as well, and now they're learning how to be a little bit more loyal to themselves, a little bit more loyal to their passions, to what they're dedicated to. And how awesome is that? I definitely feel like this person is learning how to seclude themselves a little bit more as well. It could be that this person was a social butterfly, they were always out there. Maybe they're an extrovert at heart, but at the same time, they've learned that not everyone is meant to be your friend, and I feel like that was a really hard lesson for them to learn. Probably one of the hardest lessons that they had to learn in their entire lifetime, right? Was that not everyone meant them well, and not everyone was going to cherish them in the way that they needed to be cherished. It could have even been in regards to a relationship. So maybe this person kind of closed themselves off in regards to love. So it's really hard for new people coming in to get to know this person, or to get to have this person warm up to them. So I think that it's really beautiful, the fact that someone who is so closed off and so defensive and so cautious is so drawn to you and is so magnetically pulled to you as well. You see how the cat is kind of stanced away? So it's almost like this person is trying to keep themselves away from you, but at the same time, they keep being drawn back, like they can't help themselves. It's almost like that song, I can't help myself, I love you and nobody else. I definitely feel like this person is just very, very devoted already, which is really funny. I feel like as if you are their woman crush Wednesday, or you're their man crush Monday, but I definitely feel like this person is just crushing on you every week, you know, every day of the week, every hour of the week as well. You know, it could even be that this is a friend of yours. It could be someone that's literally just an acquaintance online as well, maybe an Instagram crush, if you will, or a Tumblr crush, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. But there's definitely this energy of someone really looking at your stuff, right? So going forward, on to your next card. This is your Secrets of the Mystic Grove card, and this is talking all about energy of this person. So we have number 23, adventure. Yes, so this is definitely someone who loves a good adventure. They love to try anything at least once. You know, this is someone who's very cultured as well. I wouldn't be surprised if this is someone who is bilingual, if this is someone who is very good with languages. But this is definitely someone who has experienced their hardship. They have experienced disappointments, but that has also been transmutated into wisdom, into intelligence, into being able to connect with people a little bit more as well. I feel like this person has a really hard time expressing themselves through their words though. I keep feeling like I need to clear my throat, and with that, I feel like this person needs to clear their throat chakra, and I also feel like this person really does just need to start expressing themselves a little bit more. You know, say what you need to say, in the words of our patron saint John Mayer. But going forward with adventure, it says experience, taking risks, and wish. So I definitely feel like this person sees you as a wish fulfillment. This person, again, it's almost like they've had everything that they could have ever wanted, but they've always missed out on the emotional aspect of it or the connection side, right? This is someone who might have a lot of material wealth, but they've never had a very healthy relationship before, or they've never had a very emotionally fulfilling connection. So I feel like that's where they kind of lack. But when they see you, they see the two of you going off into the unknown, experiencing new things together, maybe even traveling together, to be completely honest. Maybe this is someone who wants to literally travel with you. Maybe they want to buy you a plane ticket and be like, come to France with me, darling. But there's definitely this energy of someone wanting to take a risk. This is a risk taker. This is someone who's very much in that adventurer type energy. This is someone who's very fast forward moving as well. I feel like if the two of you started dating, this person would probably want to move in together within the first year or two within dating. This person just knows immediately what it is that they want, but it also comes from the fact that they are so guarded and they are so closed off. So I feel like this person has a lot of time to be able to really think about and ruminate on what it is that they want in regards to a relationship and what it is that they want in regards to a connection. This person is very well thought out, right? I feel like this person takes their time. I feel like they're very meticulous. This isn't someone who's just going to rush right into things. Even though they love an adventure and they love taking that leap of faith, this is someone who plans out. This is someone who loves a schedule as well. Maybe this is someone who is in the military, Navy, or Army, but they don't have to be, but I definitely feel like they love that sort of a schedule where it's like, I get up at 7 a.m., I eat at 8 a.m., I take a shower at 9 a.m., like very spaced out, very scheduled, and the same thing every day. Predictability is the name of the game with this person. So going forward, I definitely feel like this person is very experienced as well. I feel like when you look at this person, you'd think, oh, they've been around the block a few times dating people wise, but that really isn't so. I feel like this person, the majority of their life has been single, except for that 1 or 2 times that they've experienced dating, and it really hasn't ended up the way that they wanted. But I also feel like this person would say to you, you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Like, this person doesn't hold grudges. This person isn't angry at any person or anything that caused them trauma in the past. I feel like this person is mainly just focused and maybe even hyper focused on making sure that they don't relive any of the same mistakes in the future, right? So very much that phrase or that old saying, history will repeat itself if we don't learn from it, right? So going forward onto your next 2 cards, these are your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking all about, if we could sum up this secret admirer into 2 cards, what would they be? So we have the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, okay. So this person could have a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I'm definitely leaning more towards Taurus, but I definitely feel like this person has a very humble attitude to them. This isn't someone who is very showy, but this is someone who is always very well put together, very resourceful, someone who is willing to roll up their sleeves and get a little bit dirty as well. This is someone who doesn't mind getting a little bit of elbow grease in a situation or in a project. Now also going forward, the Page of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards in this deck because it talks about an alpaca who is a baby. It is their first winter, and they're looking around and they're saying, well, it's summertime now and everyone's being sheared, but for wintertime, everyone's providing this beautiful wool, but what can I provide? I don't have long enough wool yet to be sheared and to be able to grow it back before winter. There's just no way. So how am I going to be able to provide? But what this is all about is that in the future, this alpaca is going to be able to provide, and that's very much the energy of this secret admirer, is that this is someone who is still embarking on their journey. This is still someone who is working at their career. I feel like they have a very, very good career. They have a very good position at wherever they're working, maybe even a very nice self-started business. But at the same time, I feel like it's not where they want to end up. So it might be that maybe this person works at like a vet's office, but their real passion is automotive, right? Like, I feel like it's so different what they're doing compared to what they dream to do, right? And maybe that also kind of goes back into expectations. For some people, I feel like maybe this person works at a family business, business, and there's this expectation that they either have to take over the family business or they have to continue to work at it forever. And that's not necessarily something that this person has been too jazzed about, right? I feel like they've been like, but I want to go off and I want to be a hot dog taste tester, right? And it's like, you can't be a hot dog taste tester, Jeremy. We've been working this family pet shop for years, right? So I feel like there's this kind of dynamic that there's so many responsibilities that are kind of hoisted onto this person's shoulders without them necessarily wanting to have those responsibilities, right? I feel like this person, it might take a while for them to open up to you about that as well, to open up about their insecurities or their fears or their worries. I feel like you might see a lot of synchronicities when you're talking to this person. That's going to be a clear indicator that this is the person that is your secret admirer. 1010 and 444, I just keep feeling like are going to be really, really important with this person. So if you see that number a lot and you're talking to this person, you can assume that it's this person, right? But going forward with the 10 of Pentacles, this is someone who has worked really hard to make sure that they have that happily ever after in regards to money. This is someone who is very financially stable, very financially abundant. I feel like they might even have a savings account where this person has put away for a rainy day. You know, this is someone who is just incredibly prepared, very resourceful, very responsible as well. And how awesome is that? It's really, really nice that this person is thinking for the future. This person is also planning to one day have a family. You know, it doesn't even have to be that the two of you have biological children. I feel like this person is open to adopting. I feel like this person is open to having maybe even animal babies. I feel like this person is also very open to just it being the two of you, to be completely honest. I feel like this person goes with the flow. You know, even though they have a very scheduled life, I feel like with the perfect partner by their side, I feel like they would be very open to being flexible and cooperating and, you know, being very accommodating to their partner as well. And how beautiful is that? You know, I feel like they were constantly with people in the past that would, instead of bending, would break, you know, and vice versa. Neither of them would kind of go the distance for each other. And I feel like this person has realized their mistakes in relationships going forward. So they're not going to make those mistakes again, but they're also looking for someone who is going to be vulnerable with them, you know, but not only also vulnerable, but someone who is willing to build an empire. I feel like this person really wants to have a kind of partner in crime sort of a relationship or coupling. So, I'm just going to keep rambling, to be honest. This person just has so much that they want to say, especially with the moon in the background. I definitely feel like maybe this person has some Cancerian traits. They don't have to, you know, I obviously am getting some Leo here as well. Maybe even again some Earth. But with the moon in the background, maybe this person works with moon cycles. I could just ramble about them forever. So, going on to your next few cards, these are your Yuval Moore Tarot cards, and these are talking about how this person views you. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the World card, the Nine of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, beautiful. So starting us off with the Four of Pentacles, they definitely see you as someone who is just as savvy as them in regards to saving up money, in regards to putting away for a rainy day as well. Now, the awesome part is with the World card too, is that they see you as someone who can close out cycles very brilliantly, someone who doesn't dwell on the past, someone who doesn't hold grudges as well. They really love that. They see you as someone who is very passionate, very dedicated as well. Let me just double check. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, yes. So they definitely see you as fulfilling your own dreams, fulfilling your own wishes as well. Someone who's very successful, very abundant, someone who doesn't need a partner, to be completely honest. You are a powerhouse. You are vivacious. You are powerful. You are empowered. And how amazing is that? I feel like you're someone who is also very, very independent, someone who has achieved all of your successes and happiness all by yourself. And how awesome. Oh my goodness. Now going forward, I love that both of these cards have cats. So I feel like this person feels very mirrored within you as well. I feel like they see a lot of themselves in you. And maybe they really respect that. Maybe they respect the fact that you're also healing, that you're also going through your own cycles. Now going forward, they see you as someone who's also very warm. Your body language is very open. You're not someone who's very judgmental either, but I also feel like you're someone who knows how to say no. You know when to put put your foot down. You know exactly what it is that you want as well going forward, and they find that incredibly beautiful. They love your confidence. Now, do you notice how both of these cards, they're just kind of sitting like a queen? And I feel like that's your energy, is that you're confident. You know you look good, right? And maybe you post pictures online or on social media literally of you in that pose. Maybe you post just like yourself in cute positions as well, and they're just like, wow, like they look really nice, right? And it's almost like you're on the other side of that going, yeah, I know I look nice. So what, right? But I feel like they also see you as someone who gets ready for themselves, someone who looks nice for themselves. You're not putting on a show for other people. Now, also with the World card, they definitely see you as someone who is very graceful in regards to closing of chapters or closing of cycles. They see you as someone who understands that some people were only meant to come into your life to teach you a lesson or for a season. And they really love the fact that after every hardship, you always gain the wisdom, you always gain the knowledge afterwards. They really find that beautiful. So going on to these next few cards, these are your Crow Tarot cards, and these are talking about what this person's intentions towards you are. So we have the High Priestess, the Two of Chalices, wow, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Wands, and the King of Swords. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like this person is planning a date. They're planning something right now as we speak, right? Especially with the High Priestess, I feel like the universe is saying there's something going on behind the scenes that we can't necessarily tell you about. Whenever I see the High Priestess, it's always an indication of Spirit saying, we'll let you have just enough information about this scenario, but we're not going to tell you the whole thing. You know, I feel like there's a lot of missing bits and pieces here. Now also pomegranates, maybe Hades, Persephone sort of a dynamic going on here. Maybe the two of you live at a distance from each other, maybe a long distance relationship. But this person definitely feels very romantically towards you. They want a relationship with you. They want a higher level of commitment. They see you as someone who is just so brilliant in so many ways, and they want a higher level of love with you as well. I keep hearing in my head Whitney Houston's "Bring Me a Higher Love." So I definitely feel like this is someone who wants to have that deeper level of commitment and communication with you as well. This person wants to talk with you. This person wants to have a deep conversation with you as well. I feel like they want to have a heart-to-heart, but again, they're a little bit stoic. They're a little bit reserved. This person is a little bit nervous and anxious when it comes to relaying their feelings and their emotions because they're scared it might make it awkward between the two of you, especially with the Five of Wands here. I feel like there's also this energy, there it is, thank you, Spirit, that they think there's competition. I love how as soon as I received the message, I started stuttering. This person is terrified that there's competition as well, and that there's other people that are looking after you, or there's other people in your energy space. Now that would not surprise me, especially with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very sensual, very vivacious woman. She's someone who everyone craves after. You know, regardless of gender, I definitely feel like you're someone who is very well loved, very well thought of, and very well admired. I honestly feel like other than this person in particular, you're admired by a lot of other people too. I feel like a lot of people really do have their eye on you. But going forward with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, I think they're kind of saying to themselves, I'll see where the chips fall for now. I'll see what happens. I feel like this person has maybe a letter written out that they want to send to you, but they keep it in their notepad. I feel like they're kind of waiting for the day that they can hype themselves up enough to press send, but it just hasn't happened yet, right? But there's definitely this energy of them intending on coming towards you, on them intending on talking to you, on them intending on asking you out. They're just a little bit nervous, right? So going on to your last few cards, these are your Enchanted Tarot cards, and these are talking about what actions this person might take towards you next. So we have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, they want to be generous towards you. They want to give you some time. They want to give you their attention. They maybe even want to give you a gift. Wow, so definitely like maybe even sugar daddy / sugar mommy sort of an energy. Sorry, I just had to throw it out there. But with Prince of Pentacles, wow, yeah, they definitely want to give you a gift. They want to give you something They want to give you recognition. We have the Two of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Empress. Yes. Okay, so the Two of Wands, you know, they're definitely on the fence. They're trying to make the decision. Do I ask them out? Do I stay? Do I go? And I feel like with the Three of Swords, this person is really scared. You know, there is a lot of fear here. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of worry about you breaking their heart. I keep hearing in my head Backstreet Boys, quit playing games with my heart. So maybe this person is a little scared that you're just kind of leading them on. If the two of you flirt with each other, look at how the Empress is sitting. Wow, she's sitting the same way that those other two women are sitting. Look at that. So maybe that's like a direct call out to you. Maybe you have pictures somewhere. Maybe you even have a friend that tagged you in pictures where you sit like this. You know, again, regardless of gender, I definitely feel like someone is sitting like this, or maybe it's just kind of talking about your confidence, your empowerment, the fact that nothing can hold you back or hold you down, right? Look at you, you're the Empress. They want to come towards you very romantically. I feel like they also just really want to make a grand gesture, but they're very scared. They're very, very nervous. They're on the fence about it, right? Especially with the Prince of Pentacles, it's a very slow-moving energy. I feel like this is someone who is really debating it. I feel like they are really mulling it over as well. They're ruminating on how they can approach you and how they can woo you over. But I feel like it's been a long time coming. It's been a long process as well. Maybe this is someone who has liked you for the past few months, the past few years, maybe even just the past few weeks. But I feel like this is something that this person has really, really thought over, right? This person has thought over the fact that you could potentially be the perfect partner, and they want to give it a try. They want to experience this with you. And especially with the Two of Chalices, I really do feel like this person is saying, like, we could potentially be very, very good, right? And I definitely feel like they see you as someone who is incredibly capable and beautiful. So you guys have my beloved. Okay, so it says, my beloved, I have watched your social media for a while now. I can't get over how each day you become more passionate and vivacious. To be honest, I fell for you very fast and effortlessly. It scared me a bit to feel so smitten for someone so suddenly. I've never experienced anything like this before. You're unlike anyone I've ever known before, so sure and confident, but also so down to earth. These qualities weren't what made me feel head over heels for you, because truthfully, I'm not quite sure what about you first made me attracted. No one thing in particular called to my heart more, as every quality and quirk of yours pulled at my heartstrings equally. The kindness in your eyes, the crinkle on your nose when you find something unpleasant, even if uncaught by others, was always noticed by me. I love the way you look when you smile, especially though, the way your upper lip curls back to reveal the most incredible smile I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. Sometimes when you cover your smile, I want to tell you how much of a gift to the world your smile is. It's perfect and is my favorite accessory you have. If I could choose my next life to be reincarnated into or as, I would choose to be a bumblebee with you being the flower that I would attend loyally. You would stand out not only for your beauty compared to all the other flowers, but for the comfort of your petals that give me after a long day of work, the comfort that your petals give me after a long day of work. You give me that same comfort every time we talk. You're the most vibrant, kind, and compassionate person I've ever met, and I'm grateful for the sweet way you always treat me. Is it ever hard to always look after everyone around you? It must be. Please know I will always be here for you to unload and vent to should you ever need it, or need a break from being everyone's constant confidant. I want to be able to offer you something more, but I'm hesitant. You're so gentle. I know you wouldn't laugh at me for feeling this way, but the potential of being potentially rejected is just a little too scary for me and is what keeps me held back. I'm not the most eloquent with my words either, so I'm planning out how I will approach you and what I might say. I want this to be perfect for you. I'm still currently working on bettering myself too, getting my finances in order and planning for the future. Yet, I would love to have something with you one day where we both accomplish our goals and uplift each other. My last year surely hasn't been the easiest, but it has opened my eyes to the fact that I want to experience the good and the bad with you by my side. With much admiration, your secret admirer, XOXO. How cute is that? So yes, this person definitely loves how confident you are. They're definitely a little bit nervous. Look at that with Three of Swords. they're definitely a little bit scared, but they know that you're very sweet and you're not someone who's just going to like reject them in a horrible, terrible way, right? So definitely let me know how you enjoyed this stack 3. Thank you so much for watching this. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Do you know who this person is? Have you met them before? Do you talk to them online? Who is this person? But definitely make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this. Also make sure to hit subscribe if you have not already. Make sure to also hit that little bell icon to be notified every time that I upload a brand new reading. But I am so excited to read anything that you guys write. I love you guys' comments so much. It makes my day so much better. But I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and you're staying in good health. I will also be leaving all of the links in my description box down below to my Etsy. I have brand new pricing on my Etsy, which is awesome. It is going to start at $15 for 10 minutes all the way up to 3 hours. So it just kind of depends on how long you want me rambling and gushing over you. But definitely, if you are interested, that'll be in the description box. I will also leave a link to my wish list. So if you feel inclined to look at the tarot decks that I want, you will get a free reading if you get a deck. But also I will leave some charities down below that I really love, that I really hope that you guys would consider donating to, because they mean the whole world to me. But yeah, I hope that you guys are doing amazing, and I hope you're taking care. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello to everyone who chose stack 4. Let's get right into your reading and see who is your secret admirer, what do they admire about you, and if they could write you a love letter, what would it say? So right off the bat, I love that you chose the clear quartz. It's definitely the cloudier or the milkier of the two. So I definitely feel like this is someone who can come off a little bit aloof, a little bit mysterious at the same time. Maybe this is someone who might even appear a little bit reserved or a little bit stoic. It might be kind of hard to befriend this person at first as well, just because of the fact this person is so independent. They're incredibly self-reliant. This is someone who doesn't have to hope that someone else is going to provide for them. This isn't someone who is just going to sit idly by while everyone else around them works. I definitely feel like this is someone who gives 110% to everything, and it's because they know tomorrow is never assured. This is also someone who never squanders any time with their friends, their family members, or their loved ones as well. And I feel like community is incredibly important to this person. Now also with this clear quartz, definitely a master manifester. I feel like this is someone who works very closely with the law of attraction. Someone who maybe even works in regards to music. Maybe they're a musician. Maybe this is someone who loves to sing. They love to dance, maybe even a professional dancer. But I definitely feel like this is someone who expresses themselves. They have very beautiful eyes too. So let's get into your cards without any further ado. I also want to say that I feel like maybe this person is a twin flame or a soulmate. There's definitely this energy of soul family vibes going forward, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they have some form of Capricorn or Scorpio or Virgo somewhere in their chart. It doesn't have to be in a main sign of sun, moon, or rising, but I definitely feel like it might be somewhere, right? So going forward onto your first card, this is your Druid Animal Oracle card, and this is talking all about the overall energy of your secret admirer, and if we could sum them up, what card would they be? So we have Wolf. Woohoo! Yes! Okay, so this is definitely what I was picking up on with the clear quartz. This is someone who is incredibly reliant on themselves. This is someone who can stand on their own 2 feet without help from others. This is someone who is incredibly independent as well, the lone wolf sort of a vibe, so to speak. Also, with wolf energy, this is someone who is incredibly intuitive. This is someone who receives a lot of messages from spirit, a lot of messages from their ancestors as well. I feel like this is someone who connects very easily with nature, connects very easily with animals, with plants, with children as well, to be completely honest here. Now, also going forward, I feel like this person might have a lot of plants in their house. Maybe they grow their own food. Maybe they have a perennial food garden. But there's definitely this vibe of this person being very earthy, very down to earth, very humble as well. I feel like this person is very generous too. I love almost this kind of intimidating vibe that this person gives off as well, because they're a little bit standoffish. They're a little bit reserved. This isn't someone who is just going to wear their heart on their sleeve and tell you everything that happened in their life over the last 14 years, right? This is someone who is a little bit reserved. They're a little bit to themselves. They're a little bit quiet as well. I feel like this person is very well educated, very well studied, very studious as well, but they definitely definitely love to learn. This is someone you can have an intellectual conversation with. This is someone that you can really ask about the meaning of life with as well. This isn't someone who is going to ever judge you. This is someone who you're going to have a very open, very safe space with, which I feel like is very, very beautiful. Now, going forward, I also feel like this person is incredibly balanced. I feel like they're very good at decision making. This is someone who has a very good head on their shoulders. But at the same time, I feel like they can tend to isolate themselves. They can tend to seclude themselves. So it's really hard for them to have a relationship every now and again because of the fact that they draw back or because of the fact that they pull away, right? So I definitely feel like this person watches you from afar though, and they're very quiet about it. It could even be that this person never likes anything of yours on social media if you have them added on social media, and that they just look at everything that you post. But I definitely feel like there's this silent admirer, like that's watching you in the background, maybe even an ex. I'm just going to throw that out there for some of you. I don't think that it's going to be the main majority of you, but I definitely feel like for some of you, maybe this is an ex kind of following the river back to you. But going forward, I definitely feel like this is someone who had their catalyst moment, someone who has been through metamorphosis after metamorphosis, someone who has had to reinvent what it meant to be them as well, but they've always made it out on the other side as someone who is more mature, someone who is more wise as well, and someone who can see the larger picture. This is someone who has a good sense of perspective, and something that you're really going to appreciate about this person is the fact that they're always finding the silver lining in every circumstance. And how beautiful is that? I feel like this person has a very good sense of hearing as well. I just feel like they have really good senses in general. For some of you, this person might even be a chef because they have a very good palate. I feel like this person is a little bit of a foodie. Maybe this person's ideal weekend would be just hanging out at home, having a home cooked meal, and, watching some shows on Netflix or something. But I definitely feel like this person is very low key. I feel like they take really good care of themselves as well. This person is always well put together, well pampered. They love their self-care time. But again, it's because the fact that they're very independent and they love to do things by themselves, right? Now, going forward onto your next card, this is your Secrets of the Mystic Grove card. And this is talking about more energy of your secret admirer. So we have number 37. Serenity, compassion, acceptance, and contentment. Yes, they are going to accept you and anyone else just as they are. This is someone who is, again, incredibly non-judgmental. This is someone who is very open-minded, open-hearted. This is someone who wants to learn about different cultures as well. For some of you, this person might even be bilingual, but going forward, I definitely feel like they have this very peaceful demeanor about them. This is someone who wants everyone to get along. They want everyone to be friends. Why can't we be friends? Maybe for some of you, they're a little bit of a hippie as well. Maybe this person loves to smoke 420. But with compassion, this is definitely someone who's very compassionate, very understanding. I feel like they give people the benefit of the doubt. This is someone who always walks a mile in another person's shoes as well. This is someone who doesn't get hung up on the little things too. I feel like they're always grateful for every moment that they have alive because, again, they know that nothing is kind of promised to them. I feel like maybe this is someone who has lost a parent, maybe a parental figure passed or crossed over. It could even be like maybe through a divorce when they were younger. So now it's just every moment that they can spend with the people that they love, they cherish, and they don't squander it. They don't ever take it for granted, right? So going forward also with contentment, this person is content no matter what. This isn't someone who is high maintenance. This isn't someone who is hard to please as well. So maybe you already know who this person is just based off of these two cards, but let's go on to the next two cards. And these are going to be your Animal Totem Tarot cards, and these are talking about if we could describe this secret admirer in two more cards summed up, what would they be? So we have the Ace of Chalices and the Strength card. Beautiful. So could also be a Leo, maybe even Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Again, kind of Scorpio vibes. But going forward with the Ace of Chalices, this is someone who is incredibly loving and incredibly loving to themselves as well. They know how to overflow their own cup. They know how to make themselves happy. This is definitely someone who knows what they want as well, and they're going to go towards it no matter what. It's almost like the hunter and you're their prey, and I don't want to say that in a scary way. Like this isn't you on Netflix. Like don't worry about that. But I definitely feel like this person is like, hey, I have you in my sights. I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting go of you that easily. And maybe that's something you will really like about this person if they come forward with this kind of admiration that they have about you, is that they're very persistent. Maybe this is, again, someone that you already know loves you or has a very, very deep, profound care for you as well. well. But with strength, this is definitely someone who can go the distance. They can go that extra mile for the people that they love. Again, very generous, very loving, very compassionate, and very nurturing as well. This is definitely someone who is sweet, sweet as honey. This is someone that gives really amazing hugs as well. I keep feeling like maybe this person, again, has gone through a lot of traumas, but they've healed very beautifully. This is someone who really has worked on themselves a lot, has bettered themselves, has gone into deep kind of cleansing and metamorphosis to become this transformed being, right? Now, going forward, I also really quick want to talk about how this person is unconditionally loving. When I see strength and the Ace of Cups together, it really does make me feel this unconditionally loving energy. I also feel like this person can overwork themselves. They can tend to shoulder the weight of other people's burdens or other people's responsibilities, but this is still someone who can get everything done at the end of the day, somehow, some way. They are very, very capable, right? Now, going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Yuval Noah Tarot cards, and these are talking about how this person feels about you. So starting us off, we have the King of Swords. This person thinks that you're an incredible conversationalist. They think that you also know what it is exactly that you want going forward as well, and they find that very, very attractive. We also have the Ten of Swords. You've been through your fair share of endings, of uprootings, of disappointments, and you have become wiser for it. I also feel like they see you as someone who, once you go through a disappointment, you take those swords out of your back, and then you turn them into lessons learned. You turn them into wisdom, and then you keep going forward. Do you see all the books at the bottom here too? So I definitely feel like they see you as someone who is incredibly well-read, someone who is very studious as well. Maybe the two of you can have conversations on books that the both of you have read, or comic books, maybe even web comics, but there's definitely this very intellectual vibe going on here. Now we also have the Three of Wands, the Star card, and the Two of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, so they definitely see you as someone who is balancing yourself still, someone who is still going towards their own successes as well, but you're also very hopeful. You know, you're someone who is also incredibly humble, you're sweet, you know, you're someone who has very good values for yourself. But you're also someone who, you know, is still working on healing, someone who is still working on reinventing what it means to be you, someone who is still looking out to the future and saying, what is it that I want to be going towards? And maybe that's something that really inspires them as well, is that no matter what age you are, you're still learning, you're still growing, and you're still becoming the best version of yourself. Now, also with the Star card, they see you as someone who is incredibly optimistic, someone who is also looking for the silver lining no matter what happens, and they really find that uplifting. But also with the Two of Pentacles, it really makes me think that even when there's chaos going on, even when there's hardship, you handle yourself so brilliantly and so beautifully and make it seem like you haven't ever experienced suffering. And that's something that this person really wants to comment on, is the fact that every time hardship happens to you, you transmutate it into something beneficial and into something wonderful for yourself, right? Like success or abundance or happiness. And this person wants to give you a round of applause for that. I feel like your secret admirer has been watching you for a long time, probably a few years, to be completely honest. This might even be a childhood friend. This might be a I don't know, maybe this is even one of your best friends, like family members. You know how they have that song, My Best Friend's Brother? Maybe it's like that sort of an energy. For some of you, maybe it's like your best friend's sister, but I definitely feel like there's this energy of this person watching you and watching you go through your struggles, watching you go through your strife and your grief and your upheavals, and handling it so beautifully and coming out of it as someone who is much more beautiful and valuable as well. I definitely feel like this person over the years has seen your worth growing, and they also see you acknowledging that your worth is growing as well, and they find that very, very attractive. Now, going forward onto your next few cards, these are your Crow Tarot cards, and these are talking about the intentions this person has with you. It could even be, again, maybe this is someone who is literally an ex. Wow. Okay, so we have the Justice card followed by the Death card. Okay. okay? The Page of Chalices and the Temperance card. This person, wow, they want to take things slow with you. I feel like they want to, I keep hearing bare bones. This person wants to get back to basics. This person is probably only going to come with a very, very small offer if they do come forward. I really can't see them coming forward though. You know, with death and justice, I feel like there's almost this energy of I've done enough. I've done enough to you. I don't have to come towards you. I can admire you from afar, you know? I feel like this person just likes to know that you're healthy, that you're safe, that you're doing okay. But I definitely feel like there's this energy of they're not going to come towards you because they feel like they've done enough. You know, and if they do come towards you, it's going to be something very small, very minute. You know, maybe they're just going to write to you and be like, oh, hey, Betty, how are you doing? How's the weather? And you're going to be like, you know how the weather is, Joshua. Don't even come at me with that. But I feel like this person is a little bit scared of you, especially with the King of Swords. You know, they know that you're not someone someone that's supposed to be messed with. See that? In the last other few readings, I have not tripped over my words, but this person, it's like they're scared. It's like they're absolutely terrified of what you're going to say or do to them. I'm so excited to get into these letters. I wrote these letters a while ago, so I'm not even quite sure what they say. But I'm just so excited. So going into this with Justice and Death and Page of Cups, this person is definitely saying, I feel like we have maybe a little bit too much water under the bridge, and as much as I want to mend it, I don't know if you're up for that. So this person is just lying in wait. They're waiting until maybe even you're single. Maybe for some of you, you're already in a relationship. Maybe for some of you, you're already kind of moved on onto someone else that you're just crushing on. Maybe you have a situationship with them, and this person can notice, you know, this person tells. And I feel like it kind of bothers them, right? Because it's almost like, wow, I messed up in the past. I should have been this love, this knight in shining armor, but all I could ever manage to do is be the page. And this person doesn't know how to make amends for that. I feel like there's not enough words in any language, or even all the languages combined, that could express how sorry and regretful and remorseful this person feels for maybe stringing you along. For some of you, this person might have been stringing you along. For some of you, I feel like maybe there was almost this energy of this person kept you around, even though they had no intention of committing. And it was almost like it was good to have a conversation. It was good to flirt, and it was good to kind of daydream that you could have something more, but this person wasn't ready. They didn't love themselves. And that's why it's coming in so strong at the beginning of the reading that they love themselves now, because it's like, I didn't love myself back then. My cup was empty. Everything that I could offer you was empty. It was dry. It was dull. There was nothing that I could have offered you that would have made your life better or made your life more easier or more beneficial. There just never would have been a way that I could have provided for you. So I really do feel like this person is going to just keep biding their time. You know, honestly, I feel like even their intentions, they're just sort of like, I just want to be friends with you. I just want to, you know, not be at this discord with you. I don't want to be at a standstill. I don't want it to just kind of be up in the air as to how you feel about me. So if anything, this person might just come towards you to ask if you're still mad at them. And it might be something as mundane as just being like, hey, you still mad at me, Ashley? And I feel like you're just going to be like, ugh, are you serious? But I really do feel like this person really does debate on if they even should be writing to you, if they even have the honor or the privilege of being able to write to you at this point, right? So going on to your last few cards before we get onto your letter, these are your Enchanted Tarot cards, and these are talking about the next action that this person is going to take towards you. So we have the Seven of Swords, okay, followed by the Nine of Swords. This person is all up in their head about you. Oh my gosh, this is like a self-imposed prison. They constantly keep thinking about you and what they could have done differently. The Wheel of Fortune, the Princess of Hearts, and the Princess of Wands. Okay, so right off the bat, they are planning to come towards you, but again, notice how both of them have letters. This is really, really indicating that this person just wants to write to you, that this person is just going to be like, hey, how you doing? Something very, very mundane, because they know that their time has already ended here, that their cycle has already been up. But with the Wheel of Fortune, it's also talking about good fortune coming into your favor, you know, the wheel turning towards you. So I definitely feel like they could potentially feel a little bit lucky that you would respond to them. But look at this. It's almost like this Princess of Hearts is writing this really, really long letter. and this Princess of Wands just gives back a tiny letter in response, or is just kind of looking at the letter even like, ugh, yeah, okay. You know, so it's almost like there's two different energies here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a letter from this person, from an ex best friend even, and they're just like, well, how are you doing? It's been so long. You know, and I feel like you might be kind of looking at this letter like, ugh, no thanks. I don't want to be hearing from you, Schmendrick. And, you know, Schmendrick the magician just keeps showing up, thinking that you're going to save him. You're going to be the Lady Amalthea in his life. And it's just like, no, that's not how it works, Schmendrick. So going forward, oh, look at that. We have a 9 and then a 10. So it's definitely talking about closing out the cycle, closing out the chapter as well, and closing out the chapter to sleepless nights. I feel like this person has lost a lot of sleep over you. I feel like this person, you know, just really struggles with the guilt and the anxiety that comes along with this connection and what it used to mean in the past, right? Now, going forward, I definitely feel like this is someone who is a lot more open to their emotions now. They're open to expressing their emotions as well. Notice how the Princess of Hearts is literally standing in the ocean. But I definitely feel like, look at you on the other hand, you've closed up your emotions, you've closed up, you know, all of that sort of watery energy, and you're just sort of like, I don't really know if I want to hear from you, right? So for some of you, I'm sorry, you know, you're probably gonna have an ex, maybe even an ex-best friend, or, you know, maybe even someone that's liked you for years that you've been like, ugh, no thank you. And I feel like maybe, you know, they're writing to you. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could also be an ex that you've been wanting to come back. Not all exes are bad. Let's put it that way too. But I definitely feel like this person is regretful, and they have a lot of remorse for what they did to you. You know, for some of you, maybe you just really needed to hear that. Maybe you really needed that closure, that this person really does feel bad for everything that they put you through. So going forward, you guys have, my dear, I wish that we could talk more. I have tried to reach out to you many times, but stopped myself. To say that I'm nervous at times to speak to you would be an understatement. I can't help but run from this crush, but I'm always pulled right back in. Sometimes I stare at my phone and your contact for minutes, debating on if I could call or contact you. Oftentimes, I chicken out, my fear getting the best of me. Texting can even feel impossible too, as my fingers freeze up. It sounds silly, I know, but I find myself asking, what do I even say? How do I strike up a rousing conversation with someone so intriguing and perfect? And before you say you aren't, you are. You are absolutely perfect in my eyes, darling. Because of this, my words get stuck in my throat. I wonder if you also feel anxious when you talk to me? No one has ever given me butterflies like you have, and it's both thrilling and terrifying. The intentness in your eyes and the strong energy in your aura intimidates me, but not in a bad way, of course. I admire your strength, courageousness, and bravery more than anything. Your can-do energy being so attractive to me. These traits are all traits that I wish I had more of myself. It has always been a bit hard for me to express myself and my feelings. Growing up, I experienced bullying from showing and expressing myself, which is why I shy away as an adult. I tend to protect my heart at all costs, never truly going against the grain or rocking the boat. Yet, you are so unapologetically yourself, from the expressions you make to how easy it is for you to show your love for others. I'm sure you're already aware of my fear of commitment and partnership, which I don't want to make you think from my fear that I'm not interested, as I very much am. I just need a bit more time to warm up before I can fully offer my heart to you. You already take up so much space in it might as well be yours. Please don't feel discouraged about my fears either. I'm overcoming them and healing from them so we can be together. Keep smiling and being you, my darling. Much love always, your secret admirer. P.S. I love when you flirt with me. Yes, I do pick up on your flirting, even when I'm hopelessly oblivious on how to flirt back. Yes! Okay, so this is definitely the vibe that I was picking up on this person, is that in the past, it was really hard for them to make these grand gestures of love, and now that they've been loving themselves and opening up and feeling more kind of comfortable with the idea of their love language and expressing love, now they're ready to come towards you. How awesome is that? So for some of you, it's definitely going to be an ex. For others of you, it could even be a really close friend. It could be someone that you just recently met on social media as well. It could even be that maybe this person is just regretful that in the past they haven't asked you to be their partner sooner, or they haven't asked you out sooner because of these commitment issues. But in any event, definitely let me know in the comments down below if this resonated with you. If you know who this person is as well, definitely let me know if you enjoyed this. I love reading you guys' comments so much. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this as well, and to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Also, make sure to hit that little bell icon to be notified every time that I upload a brand new reading. I will also be leaving all of my links in the description box down below. You can find my Etsy shop. I have brand new prices. Woohoo! So it goes from $15 for 10 minutes all the way up to 3 hours. So it just kind of depends on how long you want to hear me ramble and gush about you. But I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves, that you're staying in good health. I'll also leave a link down below for my wish list and also for some charities that I really love as well that you can donate to if you feel inclined. But I hope that you're doing amazing, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye, Stack 4!